basic, and then what you can find about the decision maker. And the most important thing is who you need to speak to and the direct number. So I use for this LinkedIn and Sales Navigator to define the right people to look for. I don't know which kind of tools you use, but they are. If you don't have anything, there are some rules you can apply. And this would be an experiment from my perspective, because I don't know how it works for the recruitment company, but you could try. You could do it. So the switchboard is the wrong place. If you want to find out about who is relevant and who is decisive for a specific area, you can call into a company, but you don't, like asking the switchboard. There is a strategy for this, and it's included in the script which I already sent you via WhatsApp, and which is also included in this particular paper as an attachment. But the best way it's not the best way to evaluate who is decisive person. One suggestion to call for us, for salespeople, I think this can also help you, is that you call the sales department of the company, because often the salespeople know a lot about the company's structure, and they are communicative. So they will eventually tell you who you need to call. If you lack any kind of indicators, you don't know what else to do, you couldn't find someone who you find is important, then you can also think about calling the sales department of a company you want to get connected to. And you can ask questions like, what is the name of the final decision maker in your company when it comes to a 6-digit budget in the XY area? This is for my industry. Or for recruiting, how I imagine this to be is, what is the name of the final decision maker in your company when it comes to recruiting candidates for the finance department? It's just like, ideally, it is someone with sufficient authority. Who would it be? I don't know if I would ask the second question. It's just like I made it up, but I made it up how I imagine I would be calling in. Again, the only thing how you can verify if something is working or not is by doing it. So to verify if this is a nice approach to a sales representative for a company you aspire to work with, you would need to think about the keywords you want to ask for, and then to call and ask him about the decision maker, about the person who is decisive to recruit people. So does it make sense so far? Let me have a look. Did someone do it? Is there anybody who did call a sales rep from a company you would like to acquire as a client, and did you receive like any kind of any kind of relevant information from there? This is a question to you guys.
No,
So
usually I never like talk with the sales department.
Yeah, it's a bit of odd when you hear this the first time, but this is just a new strategy what you want to suggest. You can give it a go, and try to see if you can get information out of there. From my perspective, I've done this a couple of times, and I received information from consultants about relevant people in the department. Specifically in our industry, is this when there is someone who is dedicated to choose partners they want to work with. So usually these are not the sales representatives who are responsible for that, but they know exactly who it is, and he's then referring me to the right person. So you can, it's not the only strategy I suggest, it just give you another way. David, you wanted to say something?
I did this once by mistake, but you're right, because I called up Blevin's Franks. I asked to get in touch with HR, with the hiring manager, I mean, and the receptionist was new. She's a young girl, and she got me in touch with a sales guy. She didn't know he's not a hiring manager. But when I called the sales guy, he was like, yeah, sure, you have to talk to this guy, and he put me through with the email. Like, I think they like leads. So by mistake, I did it, but it works.